Welcome to your astrological natal chart report. Thank you so very much, not only for ordering this, but also for your patience. I hope you gain the utmost of quality from this report. We do see you have a master 29-degree Aquarius rising, which is exceptional to say the least. So you being born at 3:30 a.m. Is very crucial, because if you were born maybe like 10 minutes or give or take before or after, this is going to shift the rising into Pisces. But I do have great reason to believe that you are 29 degrees, okay? Which is very, very profound. Once again, if you think about the 29-degree aspect of Leo risings, just to give you an idea of how influential it is, both the president of this country and the popular Toronto artist Drake have this placement on Regulus, where your DC is. So right off the bat, that definitely makes it a huge deal, and very, very, very much denoting of your mastery. I'm going to say that again because at Aquarius, it's such mastery of knowledge of self. It definitely gives you literally the edge over any competition should there ever be. So, that's already awesome. You're born 1990, so you're part of the GOAT squad. You were literally born the lunar cycle before me. So I'm very familiar with this energy. We're literally both having our Saturn return right now, and then we're about to activate our destiny. I'm very biased in saying this, okay? But there's no one greater than us. We have Saturn in its dignity. You have Venus in its exaltation. We also have Jupiter in its exaltation. And just those two factors alone, with Pluto in its dignity, give us the full power of these cardinal signs. That's really what bases me to say this. Every single generation in their own right is special and unique. And they have something that none of the others will have. So what we have that none of the others will have is that we're literally on the top of the like living grace. So welcome to the GOAT Squad. I know you've always known this your whole life because that's the North Node of Aqua. We're literally here to lead humanity into the new age of Aquarius with our supernatural power. So keep that in mind, because the Saturn return we're having is literally the greatest Saturn return of all time. The only one that will be greater are all the children being born now when they come of age. So before then, we got the crown right now, literally. And this is all about awakening, literally the great awakening of our time, supernatural power to lead humanity into the new age. And I don't mean the new age Luciferian doctrine either. I mean into the new era, new age, where we're literally innovating infrastructure to accommodate for advancements in human DNA and technology. So once again, welcome to the GOAT Squad, because this is all happening now. Like it takes, like what makes us different from older generations is that people with Uranus and Neptune before Sagittarius don't have the burden of being late bloomers. Anyone else after has Saturn in Capricorn, Aqua, Pisces, Aries, and until it comes back around into Leo, these are all going to characterize late bloomers because they're here to impact society and the world at a collective level. Everyone else before usually comes into their powers 18s, 20s, and it's us that sets the precedence because we don't even fully awaken it until then. So this is what's going to characterize this period for you, as especially because this Capricorn energy is your 12th house, definitely coming into a whole different world and releasing everything you've been taught. Whether it was a lie or not, you're coming at such an advanced level, you're going to have to learn it all anyway again. So once again, because you're 29 degrees, I'm using the equal signs, but I also interpret with the whole sign system. So you see Saturn and Neptune and Uranus in your 11th house, but it's really a 12th house energy. So keep that in mind, because you're really a 4th house sun in the 3rd house. Everything that you communicate the awareness of is the values that constitute the private sense of your nature and the family and foundation that you're going to build on these values. It makes you very strong. And the Aquarius rising, like every Aquarius rising, bears you the mark of highest nobility. So you're really queen shaped, and Taurus is already royal in and of itself. So this is like a double queen fiasco. But it's very important to denote that, because the ruler of your chart is Uranus, and Uranus is not only radical, it's revolutionary, and it being in Capricorn allows you to harness this supernatural power, supernatural Uranus conjunct Neptune conjunct Saturn power, Capricorn, in ways that have never been utilized before. Hence, Uranus being not only unpredictable, but innovative. And it literally gives you powers to not only predict trends based on what you coral from the Earth's energy. We're going to get into the fact that you're Queen Mama Taurus. So like you have a special connection to the Earth that even I don't, and I have my moon in Cap. So like you not only can predict the future just based on what the Earth tells you, but you can literally just see the future and know it rather. You can know it. Okay. This has a lot to do with your angel soul. So as an angel soul, you have the soul of an angel, and like you can literally change. You have like an angelic form that you can change into within, like and it's at will. So like you'll see a glint in your eyes when you activate it, and you're like full on angel mode. So before we get into that, I just want to once again illustrate that this isn't necessarily about being better than the rest. This is more so about the responsibility that comes with great power, because the reason why we're Goat Squad is we have to maintain balance and order. This is the crucial point in the collective of humanity that leads into all these younger children being born like superstars, gods, and goddesses. And that sounds really cool, but it's a huge hassle because it brings new problems, new legislation, new things to have to deal with. And like, just know moving forward, it doesn't get any easier at all, but you get way more powerful, and it has its perks. So once again, you also have Jupiter exalted next to Chiron in Cancer, right near Sirius. The Capricorn energy hooks us up to the Vegan starseed constellation, and then our Jupiter hooks us up with Sirius. Your partners with Regulus, okay? And then you also have the coveted Pluto opposition. I'm saying coveted sarcastically because it makes you hated, and you know what I'm talking about. I think Taurus, you can argue Taurus gets it the worst. Aries in the 80s and 70s have this, and Geminis in the late 90s, 2000s have this. And even we can even say Cancer is being born now. So this is where people would just kind of hate you for no reason. I kind of get it as a Taurus rising. It's not just hate, but because the majority of the world isn't pure, this energy is distorted. So if people don't seriously if they're not seriously obsessed with you at some level, then they're just gonna find any reason to hate. And you may have gotten a lot of stuff, ish for it growing up with the Pluto Scorpio generation as they were formulating and stepping into maturity. It's not really all bad, because this is what's going to make relationships with you deeply sexual. And I actually want to use an example. Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown is the greatest example because he has his moon in Scorpio too. So like, his fans either worship him, or people, like if you say the name Chris Brown, you're either going to have an extreme reaction of fans who worship him, or you're going to have an extreme reaction of people who hate his guts. And the hate against him is purely irrational. Like, it's not unwarranted, but it's not to make him a victim either. It's just to highlight how Pluto is behind all that shit. And so you want to be very careful, because it's not bad at all. It just has the potential to be very petty. And you always, this isn't telling you to live in fear, because, once again, I have Taurus energy too. I have this on my Venus. It just makes it, you have to be very careful that you don't really at all, like other people can get away with being with people that you don't trust. You really want to trust that, because there's a part of Pluto that can induce paranoia, but outside of that, just be hip to the game. Now, this isn't, once again, the reason why this isn't meant to scare you is because you're super strong. So like, it's not like anyone would be able to do anything to you anyway. But if you feel that people are jealous, it's because they're jealous as well. And now once we bring in Taurus into this, Leo, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio are some of the most, people are the most jealous of, because they represent value and they have what other people have. When they say you either got it or you don't, they're talking about Taurus. They're talking about Scorpio. You either got Scorpio energy or you don't. You either got Taurus energy or you don't. And I'm sorry, but you don't have to be jealous. You either got Leo or you don't. And you have South Node in Leo and North Node in Aquarius. So you have it all. You're the world card. Okay, and the nodes do count. The nodes literally give you talents. All of us are just naturally gifted at acting, or naturally gifted at expressing ourselves at a heartfelt level. And so now that we've kind of given more context to the nature of what we're rocking with here, let's now see how that augments who you are. We know that your moon is in Gemini and your sun is in Taurus. So this gives you the vibration of true value and makes you a very competent moneymaker, because you can manifest all the ideas you have and convert your gold into wisdom and your wisdom into gold. This also makes you less dense than most Tauruses who lack air, no offense, and actually allows you to be the Taurus who can really think. And Tauruses who, I'm biased, but Tauruses who have air, I love, because y'all are the smart Tauruses, okay? I feel like that's kind of zodiac racist though. Kind of like sometimes like how a white person can be like, oh, you're not like the other black people. I feel like I think I just did that to you. Like, oh, well, you're not like the other Tauruses. So my bad if that was a little bit offensive. I did not mean any offense by that. But yeah, you can definitely use it as a way to distinguish yourself amongst other Earth and water signs. There's an enlightened quality to your soul that makes you receptive to the truth of the value you're aware of. And this is important. Why? Taurus is the motherfucking boss. Let's just make sure we're clear here. Taurus is the motherfucking boss. Period. Y'all are the producers. So you are an enlightened producer. you don't just have the money, you got the brains, and you know you're receptive to the tonation of people's speech, so you know what needs to be said. This gives you great writing ability. I can't really emphasize enough how cool Gemini moon Tauruses are, because your second house is also your affinity, and your moon activates that. Seeing Mercury retrograde near your sun is also going to bless you with the ability to enunciate and process a lot of what it is you're communicating and aware of. So you want to think of, if the sun is your awareness, Mercury is your speakerphone, or Mercury is your microscope to really zoom in. And in this case, really just attract a lot of wealth. So right now, the archetype that's really building for you is one of high intelligence, because your ruler is Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury, which trines your sun and Mercury. So this connects this supernatural power that we have in our body and feel down to our souls. So this is cool, because compared to most in our generation and soul group, you and I are more logical. We're not fire and water, so we don't even have the capacity to feel, and we still can feel emotions highly empathically. It's almost impossible for us not to be empaths. We're just able to ground this energy, and you especially can compartmentalize or detach as needed. So once again, the trine to Uranus and Neptune to Taurus takes this power in your body. If you think about what the supernatural power is at a base level, it literally sets your body up as an antenna. You can close your eyes and walk through any room because your body will move for you. That kind of mechanism. It gives your body an intuitive power that is actually unparalleled, because everything that it exudes, Jupiter in Cancer is expanding on the opposite end to literally perform infinite energy. And if we take this a step further, because you have Taurus anchoring this now allows you to be aware of this phenomena through your five senses. One of the big winners of this energy are the Capricorns, who directly harness this supernatural power. Virgos are able to now employ magic with this energy, because they can draw that Capricorn to be on point every time. Like, they're going to know when to throw that dart every time and hit a bullseye. It's a superpower. Taurus has the other side to this, where you can draw that energy to manifest big bucks, or to really strengthen your foundation with unlimited power. Okay, so whereas you may lack the perspective that Virgo would, you have your moon in Gemini. Don't even need it. You already know the truth. And so this makes up for what you may lack and will gain from relationships with others anyway. So I just kind of want to set up more of how supreme this energy is, because I think Taurus, even more than Virgo, has so much to gain with this trine, because now you have the power to take action off of everything you're ready to manifest, and this aligns you and guides you, and literally also protects with Saturn everything needed to stabilize, which we see in your 11th, 12th, the unconscious habits necessary for things to honestly just happen for you. Because remember, your AC is mastered in Aquarius. So this actually puts your Taurus energy in the 4th and your Capricorn energy in the 12th, which it rules. So there's a cosmic nature to your function that directs Earth energy with just the thought. And this is where we get controversial, because the nature of your chart is inherently supernatural. And due to this supernatural exposition of energy, it, during this return, is having you release the old ways. Like, once you step into 2021, it's a new chapter on really, expressing your own knowledge based off of the knowledge you gained growing up in until now, and your superpower is activating right now. To make more personal how you take this collective power, you are a bit of an avatar in that you now a lot of your Pisces energy has progressed past Aries. So fire bending is really the last thing you had to learn, characterized by your ability to actually manage your temper and not really keep your anger in so much with all that stuck 12th house Capricorn energy that manifests as the thorough incompetence and disgust for the lack of integrity that the collective has, which, yep, you have to deal with because people just want to be fucking stupid. And this is definitely going to be an issue that you feel with your Gemini moon. You just want to make sure that with the square to your Gemini moon Pisces makes, you don't let riveting hypotheses and speculation that feels right be mistaken for truth, because there's a way you can use rhetoric to justify anything, and the Gemini moon can see so many sides to an argument because it's not the sun. The subjective quality of the moon could allow you to, believe in certain delusions. Now, the reason for that is because this is meant to be used as a magical manifestation tool. You could think of your soul as a magic lamp. So because of that subjectivity, it actually aids in the warping of reality through your heart and what you imagine, hence law of attraction. So, just be very mindful, because if someone is at that Pisces energy, they can really manipulate your emotions by appearing one way with what they say, but inside they're feeling all these malicious energies towards you. Your Gemini is going to pick that up, and you can get gaslighted, but I don't think people know you're a very strong Taurus. And if you're gonna say it like this. If not vocally, you're gonna say it with your body language. So something to keep in mind, Indy. The Gemini moon you possess is a master soul, and it aligns with your master rising. So let me tell you why this is masterful. The Gemini moon is very unstable. Any mutable sign is unstable, AF. And so you being a fixed sign with a fixed sign rising master means that you're able to control this instability and stabilize it because you're fixed. So the alignment of your enlightened soul connects with everything you know, so that everything you receive and speak, you actually know what you're saying. That's the difference between people with Gemini energy who just literally say things to say that things, versus people with Gemini and Aquarius energy that knows what they're saying. Oh my God. Okay, and the North Node in Aqua aligns you. So you don't even have to know the details. This is why you don't have Virgo, because you can literally just supernaturally know. It's a superpower. So you see how we don't have Libra? So this doesn't make us the most social, because we're not meant to be social. And this is a characteristic of everyone born 1990 who isn't Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. All the rest of us, we're not even meant to be social. It's not even that they're introverted, but if we don't have a collective mission, we're meant to be individuals. So you're a more collective individual, like myself. So just keep that in mind, it's empty for a reason. If you've ever felt a certain way about that, and that's not to say that you won't be social, because us as individual signs, we love the social signs. So it's not like we don't like to be social. It's just, there's a lot of collective work to do that has us individual right now. So, if you wonder why, that's a little bit empty, it's because it's empty. And empty means it's not your area of focus. It's other people who fill that energy in, where you fill in energy they don't have, that will bring you out into that social realm. Just be very careful, because it's going to impose a lot of energy you think of subjectively or personally, or truly. And also, you want to be very mindful of the fact, once again, that with, you and I have Aquarius and Gemini energy. We don't have the Libra energy. I actually have the Aries energy. You have progressed Aries energy. So a lot of what we express is going to be slanted more towards the individual focus. And, you know, Libra energy is just your capacity to be social with what you know. And how well can you present that in ways that other people can? You don't really have to be gifted with that because you got Capricorn. So you really set the standards to which people in the social world will have to follow anyway. Clash with they will, but follow they must. And I'm going to end this reading here. You do have Mars and Venus in Pisces, so this is what gives you a very highly creative, super talented personality. Pisces is music. And this is what allows you to really be creative in the way you imagine and highly romantic. It's just your Gemini moon's a little gangster. And sometimes it does not fuck with any of that romantic shit. And your Pluto Scorpio. But once it does, you can be the most eloquent, poetic, romantic, deep individual. It just depends on how you feel during that day. I hope you enjoyed this reading. You stay blessed as always. And until next time.